Jaren, what overall thoughts of the first season in the NBA?
Overall thoughts, I thought it went well. I thought I learned a lot. It was productive from the standpoint of me just getting involved for the first time. So there's still much to learn. I'm not resting on anything. But I'm glad I was able to go through the ups and downs my first year. It really felt out.
Were you able to take any positives away from not being able to play in that last part of the season, maybe just the mental part of the game?
Yeah, I think just being able to watch, especially guys who play in my position, how they move and how they score and operate with the ball because they've been playing longer than me. I can kind of see what they do and how I can help myself better.
How are you feeling health-wise? I mean, do you see this lingering a little longer, or are you getting closer to 100%?
No, I'm getting very close. I think I'm about 90, 95, probably closer to 95. But yeah, no, it's no lingering. I'm going to make a full recovery. I'm going to be good.
You talked about watching the other guys play at your position, and how do you feel like you would work with in case they bring Jonas Valanciunas back? And how do you see picture in your mind how Jaren and JV, how that would work?
I mean, I did get to play with them for a second, so that was fun while I was there. But for sure, I would love to play with him. His game is physical. I feel like in ways I could balance his game, and we complement each other really well. But that's my guy right there, anyway. Partner in crime.
After going through 50 some odd games in the NBA, what parts of your game do you feel like you need to work on and focus on this season?
Probably, definitely my motor just to continue to improve on that, and my ball handling, because it's kind of going to guards game. You gotta have guard skills, to play any position really. My shooting mechanics and a little bit of everything. I'm still young, so I still have time to work on everything. There's definitely nothing that you can't get better at. So.
What are your thoughts on your rookie team candidacy? Like in your mind, are you a first team All NBA rookie?
My whole rookie team.
Yeah.
I don't know who's on it.
No one yet.
Oh, no one's on it yet. Oh, we haven't done it. Okay. Do I think I'm? Oh, okay. That's okay. I mean, sure. Yeah. I don't really think about it that much. I kind of just do me. But if the people select me for it, I take it like everybody else. Like just be honored to be a part of something like that. I definitely think I work hard, and that's what should stand out. Production is being productive is all great, but that comes from the work you put in behind the scenes.
Jaren, what surprised you both on the court and off the court the most about your first season in the NBA?
Probably the amount of time you really have is a lot. There's a lot of free time, so you get a lot of chances to do some off the court things, like get business deals done, talk to people, network. You meet a lot of people, so in that way. And on the court, players make plays. Honestly, there's no real script. It's not like college where a coach is calling a play every time down. So he's gonna call the action, and we gotta make the best read out of it. That's probably the best.
When you look back on the season, what's the highlight of your rookie year in your mind?
Highlight. Shoot. I think maybe just early on breaking out of my shell a little bit, and I don't know, just playing better than I did early. I don't know. Maybe early on, I felt a little nervous just because it's the first games, and then after that, I was cool. So,
what kind of shell would you say that you were in?
I don't know. I just I went from looking at Minnesota and Rutgers to James Harden first game, so it was a little different. But Corey Sanders, playing against Corey Sanders there in college, a great player in college, and you go from getting switched on a guard like him to getting switched on a guard like Chris Paul. So that's you gotta contain both. But
Are you comfortable being the face of this franchise going forward? They got you with the number 4 pick, and they're putting a lot of stock in what you can do. And does that put more pressure on you, or how do you feel about that?
Nah, I don't feel pressure really. I mean, if there is any pressure there, you gotta embrace it because that's what it comes with. And my work ethic will speak for itself. I'm just gonna continue to do what I've been doing. talk to coach about my role and my responsibility. That's like a conversation we have, and that's based on, you know, the makeup of our team next year. So when that conversation happens, I'll be able to, you know, tell you what's going on and all that stuff. But until then, I'm just working on that game.
Was it kind of frustrating not being able? You said JV was your guy. Was it kind of frustrating not being able to get on the court with him?
It was frustrating not being able to get on the court with any of them, just because I wanted to play. JV's killing it, so I wanted to be a part of a little bit of that.
How do you see you two, if you were to come back, you know, kind of playing together?
It would be great. You know, he's able to read defenses really well. You know, come down trail and pro set screens. You know, DHOs, all that type of stuff. So I mean, he's good to learn from too. So, and he likes his right hand, as I like my left hand.
What do you think you need to do to take your game to the next level over the summer?
What I need to eat right, sleep.
Stuff like that.
But I just, you know, work out and get with somebody who can. Well, obviously, I got all my coaches here who can help me work out, and, you know, get somebody to look at my film, focus on it, and work on things that directly translate to what I've been doing. Don't do any wasted time stuff. So, yeah, it'll be good.
Can you imagine this team without Mike Conley?
Could I imagine?
Yeah. Can you like? Have you thought
I mean,
about that?
I know nothing else. I have 1 year here, but Mike's unbelievable. He's the face of this for a reason, and what he does speaks for himself. So honestly, I don't know. I mean,
Can you understand where he's sort of intimated, like he's 31, he wants to play for a contender. Can you understand where he's coming from? You know, just his mindset at this point in his career. Have you talked to him about it
but
at
I'm not
all?
supposed to. I'm not supposed to. I mean, it's my first year, so I don't know how his 30-plus mind is acting. But I definitely respect anything he's feeling. Do your thing. All love, like for real, like no animosity towards him, whatever decision he decides to make. But that's Mike right there. I love him anyway.
You talked about it's business now, and you're a pro. When you saw Mark leave, you saw half the locker room basically is different than when you started. Was that a difficult adjustment for you to kind of say, man, this is
It wasn't hard. It wasn't hard. I mean, it depends what kind of guys you got coming in. I mean, we have great guys. I mean, you're going to talk to all of them today, so you're going to see they're great guys like JV, AV, Lon, and all our new guys, and even CP coming back. Like, we have a good group of guys in the locker room, so there's no turmoil. There's none of that type of stuff.
You have any off-season workouts with Kevin Garnett planned?
For sure, I'm hitting them up. I got to get back in a little bit more better shape first. But you don't want to pull up on KG not ready. You got to be.
Jaren, you played with three veteran bigs, JV, Mark, and Joe Kim Noah. Did you get something different from all three of their styles of play and experiences to help you going forward?
Yeah, I think just their physicality and Mark's defensive ability, just him knowing where the ball is going to be, him be able to strip guys and little things like that. Just them being, I know that experience is huge in this league, so them just being around for a while, they're able to pick up a lot of stuff that I don't know. So anything I would have to ask them, that's all valuable information for me.
Jaren, you had a lot of your younger teammates get a lot of playing time, obviously, after the trade, after all of the injuries. What's your scouting report for being there on the bench, watching your teammates go through it? What do you see as possible? Who took the biggest step in your opinion?
We had a really free-flowing offense. You could see everybody was pretty much touching the ball. I mean, we had plenty of games where everybody was in double figures, so. I just liked how everyone was playing together. We're getting a lot of threes up. Yeah, it's fun. I think JC, Javon definitely made a lot of steps in the right direction. And Tyler, definitely him coming in was good. He came in and made an impact right away. So all those guys, especially like DeLon, you see, has just been killing. The offense is, it helps their games because they're able to create and do stuff like that.
But if guys come back and of course you're healthy, Mike's healthy, JV's healthy, that's going to change, the dynamic, who gets the playing time. Do you see that disrupting the chemistry at all? Are you concerned about that?
No. I think we're good. I think that doesn't really affect any chemistry. We're boys at the end of the day, you know.
Do you see yourself like in that free flowing offense? You didn't get a chance to play as much when things changed. Would you be a 5 like in that with those spread? Like how would you characterize?
I don't know. Let's see how my handles go. You know, I'm working on my handles. So, you know, let's see where they're at later. But I don't know what I am. I don't know what anybody is at this point. I don't really think there's positions anymore, really. I mean, Bruno was our big this year, so that says it all right there.
You guys could be the long. I mean, with him and you and Kyle. I mean,
There's a lot of people. Like we have a lot of people on this team in general. Like, I don't know how many. I don't know what the roster limit is, but a lot of guys, a lot of good players.
Anything else?